Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Stop Buying Bees series. This is part 11. If you're just now tuning in, my name's Craig and we run Triple C Bee Farm. We run approximately 100 to 120 colonies for nuke production. This series is designed to be a basic, how to be self-sustainable. So if you hadn't been following along, go back and check out our other videos. But these are some of the colonies we made splits with, and we had issues out of this one on my far left, your far right, the white medium super. It was a drone layer coming out of winter. We did our splits, did our grass, made our queen cells, and today we're just really going to be getting into the boxes to see what they look like. Hopefully our queens have emerged and started laying, and we have eggs in the boxes, so stay tuned and we'll be right back. Okay, like I said, ladies and gentlemen, these are the splits we made. What we're doing is we're trying to show you how to quit buying bees and be your own bee broker, so to speak, and have your own bees. That way, if you do suffer losses, you can make up for them without having to spend any extra money. A lot of beekeepers start and they'll lose some colonies and never get back into the hobby. So that's the goal of this one right here. This colony started to grow because they had some captive brood, but they're still real small, as you can see. They've eaten our pollen supplement patty, but that's not the goal of what we're doing today. Our main goal is to take a peek in here and see. You can hear that cold propolis breaking. It's about 60 degrees outside. Main goal is to get in here and see what that queen's doing, if she's started laying yet, if she came back from her mating flight and all that good stuff. And we had some good weather, so I'm expecting that she did. Everything should look just fine. We are feeding these bees. There's a light flow on, but nothing heavy. So they're going to need all the food they can get. Be real gentle. I'm just going to lift this frame out. Okay, this is a frame of stores. It's mainly just sugar water. There's some nectar mixed in with it, but very few bits of pollen. So we still don't have a strong pollen flow coming in. And what we do, it's not a variety of pollens, and that's what they need. Let's see what this frame here looks like. It's heavy, a little more pollen heavy on the bottom side, right in here. Good bee coverage, a lot of sugar syrup and nectar over here. But what I'm looking for is evidence of a queen, and there's our queen. She's right there on top. I don't know if you can see her or not. Gorgeous little queen. And right now I'm going to have to get into the light. Yeah, there is eggs down in there. I'm sure the camera's not going to pick that up. You can tell by the way she's moving. She's moving slow. She's mated. If he can get into some of those cells, maybe you can see the eggs, maybe not. I'm not sure. But we know we've got a mated queen in this colony. I'm good. Everything looks good. That's all I needed to see. I'm going to close it up very gently and make sure I don't smush her. They've also got sugar syrup in their feeder down here. But they're going to get a pollen patty, just a small patty, because there's not a diverse pollen source out there yet. There is pollen, but there's not enough. And I'm just going to lay this right over the top of the brood nest. And I'm going to close this colony up because I've seen everything I need to see. Her brood pattern looks good, so that's indicated that she was mated properly. She didn't turn into a drone layer or anything like that. The eggs are obviously standing in the bottom of the cell, so everything looks good and normal. A little bit of syrup left in this jar, not a lot, but I'm going to give it to them anyway. And we'll be back with you on the next one. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the top box on this colony here, this was our queen right mother colony. This is what we started everything from. It's queen right. We expect no issues with that. So what I did is I brought a bottom board down here, and what I want to do is I actually want to get something to prop that bottom board up with so the rain don't come in, because I'm just going to turn it a different direction than the other colony. because the foragers are already used to coming into this box on the back side. It just makes it a little easier. It's not absolutely necessary to do, but it just helps with the confusion. So I'm going to take this syrup jar off. They're consuming their feed. I'm going to take it off this double screen board. And I'm simply going to set the queen right mother colony, it's heavy, on this bottom board here. And those bees that were going into that double screen board will figure out to come in over here. Check here real quick for my queen. I don't see her, so I'm going to leave that alone for now. And I just want to quickly inspect this colony to see how they're doing. And as you can see, they're growing nicely. No issues with it. They need some more pollen supplement, obviously. I've been feeding them syrup. They've still got syrup in their 1 gallon feeder. Just going to be real careful trying to get these frames out in cold weather. I don't want to roll my queen. Yeah, this colony's looking good. It's full of bees. Full of sugar syrup and nectar. Really want to set this down, but I don't really have room. I looked real good for the queen. I didn't see her on there. She's marked with a bright yellow dot. That's my color of choice. If we're not selling bees, we use yellow, just because I see it better. And this frame is full of eggs and young larvae. So it's looking good. Same with this frame. There's our queen right there, marked with the yellow dot. The comb was messed up here, probably from an apivar strip, so they've just made drone comb there. She is not a drone laying queen. More larvae there. Just find her one more time before I slide her down in the box. And this was the queen we grafted everything from. And as you can see, she's doing a pretty fine job. And those are backfilled with either eggs or larvae or nectar. So this colony's running out of space really soon. So it's time to do something about that. And I checked it the other day underneath. They don't have any swarm cells started. So now's the perfect time to go ahead and add that extra space to them. Just going to gently slide this frame back. And all we're going to do is we're going to add another deep to this colony to give them room to grow into. And give them a pollen supplement patty. And like I said, we're not giving them a lot of patty, just enough to get them by for a week at a time. But by adding this extra box, it'll give the bees a chance to come up here, clean it up, get it ready, and get that queen ready to lay. And it'll also give us another box to split off of. I'm going to close this one up. Now see these bees here, they're still trying to get into this colony, because that was home to them for a while. I'm just going to give them a little bit of smoke. I'm going to put my feed jar back here. Actually, I'm not going to put a feed jar here because they've got enough foraging force to take care of it. And they've got a gallon of feed inside, so I'll cap that off later, and I'll use this feed for this starting colony here. As you see a bunch of bees hanging on the bottom, that's normal. Just shake them off into the bottom of the box. Give it a quick tap and move this out of the way. Okay, we're back in this colony. We took the mother colony and the double screen board off. Full of pollen and nectar on this frame. Looks really good, really promising. But as you can see, they've ate through their pollen supplement. And that tells me that there's not enough pollen out there for them to be using on their own, and they need that extra source of nutrition. Same thing with this, more pollen and stores. I'm just quickly looking for the queen to see if I can show her to you. I don't see her yet. One thing I do want to show you, they're trying to draw some queen cells out on here. It's not because they don't have a queen, and it's not because she's not viable. It's simply because there hadn't been any brood in the colony for a long time. And sometimes they'll do that. They'll try to draw a queen out when they hadn't had any brood for a while. And once she gets started good and laying, you won't have any issues with that. But I just want to find her and show her to you and verify that we got eggs. And I was in it the other day and we do have eggs. I'm just having trouble finding her at the moment. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, there's our queen right there. She's a good, healthy, fat-looking queen. And I'm not sure if the camera can pick it up, but I see eggs down in there. I'm not sure if he can get them or not. It's not the best equipment, but that's what was going on with those cells. They just hadn't had that brood smell in such a long time, and this colony was out of balance. So they're going to try to do anything they can to get that brood. So what they was doing, they was trying to make a queen, but they've got a queen. And once that brood pheromone really kicks off, we got nothing to worry about. Try not to smush any of those bees right there. Give them a little smoke because they're getting irritated. It's overcast today, kind of chilly. When you're closing your sidebars, give them a little smoke, make sure that queen comes in. Good way to and they have served in their feeder. Okay, sorry ladies and gentlemen, the bees were all over the mic. But basically what we did on this colony here is the bottom portion is queen right. They had tried to raise a few cells. We cut them out. Once they get that brood smell back going in that colony, they'll be fine. No issues with that at all. We reversed these boxes. Well, we didn't reverse them, but the entrance is still on the same side for each one. And now we're getting into the troublesome colony. This is the one that came out of winter with the drone layer that was so out of whack. We never thought we was going to be able to get it through, but we're going to look and see what happened. I'm pretty confident they'll have a laying queen in here. They should. We've done all the steps we know to do. But you never know. A few hive beetles. Just going to smush those real quick. And hive beetles can be a concern with pollen supplement in the south, but it's not that big of a deal if you use it right. Just gonna give them a little extra smoke this morning because it's overcast and cool outside. I'm gonna pop this frame loose, see what we got going on. I'm just gonna dive to the middle because she should be around the middle of the box. Just giving myself enough space to work and look. Open it up. It's a lighter frame, so that's indicated that there should be some eggs and stuff on it. Oh yeah, we got eggs. It's hard to see because there's no sunlight out here. And I'll try to find the queen and show you her also. Yeah, we got plenty of eggs actually. Standing up in the bottom of the cell. Looking good. Now let's just see if we can find the queen real quick to show you that it is queen right again. And that we're not doing this for nothing and we're not just making it up. There's some larvae on this one. Give a little extra smoke. She don't want me to find her. She's not marked. There's eggs and larvae in this frame also. But we're going to try our best to find her. And there she is right there, ladies and gentlemen. Nice plump queen. I'm not sure if you can zoom down in there. There's probably eggs if she's on this frame. I can't see in this angle, but there's our queen. There's eggs and larvae in the other frames. I'm done with my inspection at this point. I'm going to gently place her back down into the colony, and I'm going to close this box up. And we are putting a supplement patty on it, just like before. They've eat all of them we put out for them so far. So, and I'll explain a little bit about that at the end of the video while we're doing it. We'll be right back with you. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so we've successfully made 4 splits off of 1 beehive. This one was a drone layer coming out of winter. We killed the supersedure cell and got rid of her. So we used this bottom portion as the mother colony on this one, and we successfully turned 1 beehive into 4. Now the next process will be doing the same process over. We'll let these grow and populate, and then we'll turn these 4 into 4 more, and that'll make 8, then 16 to our goal to 32. Keep in mind that these are old bees in these colonies, And the reason we're feeding them so much sugar syrup and pollen supplements is because they've got to kind of resort back to nurse bees to feed the brood. And that really primes their hypopharyngeal glands up and gets them ready to do that job. Bees can reverse roles and go back and do other things. But if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. We appreciate you watching. As you can see, you can take one and make it into 4. And you can keep growing without buying bees. Thanks for watching and happy beekeeping.